Hi, I'm Laura Meckler. I'm going to be your child's kindergarten teacher for this school year. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well during these extremely unusual times. Normally, I would give you some of this information at the beginning of the school year or at back to school night, but I've decided to put it in video format to make it accessible at any time. A little about me. I've been teaching at Craig Williams Elementary School since 1993. The vast majority of that time has been in kindergarten. Along with my teaching credential, I also have a master's degree in early childhood education, which means I have extra education for working with young children. With that being said, I recognize that distance learning is not optimal, especially for young children, because of their maturity level and their need for individualized guidance. However, this can be an opportunity for us to work together to help your child with the academic skills of kindergarten. I'm a parent myself, but my two sons are now in their 20s. I'm letting you know that because I understand that while raising children can be one of the most rewarding things you'll ever do, it can also be an extremely challenging thing to do at times. The same goes for teaching a child to read. It can be both rewarding and frustrating. Many of those challenges can be managed with the way we communicate and the words we choose. I strongly recommend the book, How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk. It was by my bedside when I was raising my kids, and I consistently use what I learned. It's one of my favorite books because there are both detailed explanations and also comic book style examples. Kindergarten academic standards are very different from when we adults were in kindergarten. By the end of the school year, children are essentially expected to master what used to be first grade standards. The most essential expectations are that your child, well, I should say most essential academic expectations, are that your child will be able to read and write 40 sight words with automaticity, that means just like that, and read and write sentences using those sight words and words with CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant patterns. Words like dog, cat, run. This is in addition to being able to retell stories, show understanding about elements of stories, differentiate between qualities of fiction and nonfiction works, and so on. Mathematically, kindergartners need to be able to count to 100, identify and write numerals to 50, add and subtract to 10, and know addition and subtraction facts with automaticity, all the way to 5. They still also need to be able to cut with scissors, use glue, and other materials too, as well as learn to socialize. It's a lot, but it is doable with methodical, consistent, and steady progress. I'm a big believer in repeated exposure because it helps kids move what we're learning from their short-term memory to their long-term memory. While I'm definitely not someone you want to hear sing, brain research shows that people often remember things better when delivered through song. This is because music engages so many regions of the brain, not just the language processing areas. Doing all this via distance learning is going to add an additional challenge, but I know together we can help your child be successful. When distance learning was thrown upon teachers in the spring, I had many families that were essential workers, and families had very varying schedules. I can't expect young children to log onto a computer without any help. We found success with me putting daily lessons online with videos next to photographs for the lessons. While the kids were using a device to receive the instruction, they completed most of the activities with tangible materials. I'm hoping to continue to do this, to create videos to allow flexibility for families to have that instruction when it's appropriate for your family's schedule. I'll be giving details on distance learning in other presentations. As a teacher, I let the kids know I only have 2 expectations for everyone. The first is that we treat others how we want to be treated. That covers everything. We don't want to be hit, so we don't hit others. We want people to be kind to us, so we are kind to them. If we do something that someone doesn't like, we don't want them to yell at us. We want them to talk to us and tell us how they feel. Having so many rules is cumbersome, so teaching everyone the golden rule just covers it all. My second expectation for everyone is that we always try our best. I teach kids that one person's best may look different than another person's best, and that's okay as long as everyone is trying their best. Some things are going to be challenging and frustrating. One of my students came up with the phrase, try, try, try. Don't cry, cry, cry. As long as we're making effort, we learn and improve. That doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. We can be trying and make a mistake, and that's okay because we can learn from mistakes too. Thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to meeting you in person soon.